is there an age for a fashion designer?
I don't think there's an age for fashion designers. I mean, Mr. Valentino has retired, but he's, he's in your
89 or
80s.
yeah.
Karl Lagerfeld died in his 80s
And they were doing work.
they were doing
till
work
right at the end.
again, like engaging with technology, engaging with young people, trying to keep your ego and don't you know who I amness in check.
I mean that is such a great point because I mean you can always teach people a lot of things. But
You can
basic,
always teach people, but you can't teach them to be nice.
or integrity, or
Integrity,
sort of,
nice, respect,
being ethical.
being ethical.
Yes.
Like if I see those naturally in the person, then I will hire them. You know, I'm a big believer in opportunities coming to you whenever they come to you. One thing leads to the other as long as you're receptive.
Right.
Things come to you at the right time. So
Welcome back. So I want to start with luxury. Often depends on obsession with details. What's one tiny detail you particularly obsess about yourself, which people might not even notice?
myself, uh, I like balance and symmetry.
Right.
And that and like whatever I'm wearing or whatever design I'm doing, I'm always looking that it should be as resolved as it can be.
Right.
So I'll make sure that I have socks in every single color.
Right.
I cannot wear like an outfit and then
Right.
the sock not be a part of it.
Right.
Uh,
And you do have some fancy pairs.
a fancy pair every color, so that's something. And then even in my clothes, like I sometimes work with up to 35 colors in one
Right.
outfit, but like I have to
Hmm.
connect and balance them, even if it's in an abstract way or in a very obvious way. But like balance and symmetry is
Right.
something that I can't let it go.
And spoken like a graphic designer.
Right.
Yes.
It has to be as resolved.
Right.
Like, the way I look at my work and generally with everything, like whether it's an interior space or whether it's a bridal outfit or whether it is even some project that you're doing, but I apply it, the foundations of art and design to it.
Absolutely.
And which is like, you need to resolve the piece.
Right.
And every now and then,
Right.
I very highfalutinly call my work my practice as
Right.
well.
Nice. Nice.
So I have
Dr.
these
Kamiar.
affectations.
Right. I mean, we could add doctor to it. Why not? So, what's usually the time frame? I mean, during sort of wedding seasons, everyone's in like a panic mode, right? Especially if
I mean, the clever
things-
girls would really order a year before.
a year before.
Some people order a
And
year.
is that when you start kind of working on it as well?
Yes, we do
Wow.
actually.
Amazing.
Something is always in the works. The sooner you order, the better it is for you. But
Right.
we can turn things around even in 4 months.
Right. Okay.
4 months minimum.
That's the minimum. Right.
Yeah, 4 months minimum.
And why is it 4 months? Is it because of all the process?
Yeah,
or-
because when somebody orders something, we're making for people for the next 2 months.
Right.
Right. So we might be booked up to, depending on what time of year it is, up to 6 months, up to whatever months, but we
Right.
still minimum need 4 months so that we can finish up what we are working
Right.
on to start somebody's new piece.
Right.
But
right.
sometimes the teams expand, and sometimes if somebody is, if the order is easy or if the order is particularly hefty,
Right.
then you figure it out.
Or does it happen a lot as well that the marriage gets cancelled and there's-
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It does
Poor
happen
people.
quite a bit. There have been times where just by being an honorable person, I have literally refunded people
Right.
and
Nice.
said, okay, no worries. I like this piece. I'll keep it myself.
Sweet.
There are then some honorable people who are like, this is not your problem. This is our problem. We'll take it. We'll bring
God.
it back.
So you get to hear that story as well.
And then there are people who will be like, this has happened to us, and somehow it's all your problem. So this happens. This
Really?
happens. This happens.
Hey, I mean, so but a lot of your part is therapy as well, right?
Well, not so much therapy, but there's diplomacy, and
Yeah.
there you have to be emotionally intelligent, and you have to know how to read the room.
Right.
And but what I've learned after 25 years is everybody wants to be listened to.
Right. True.
You cannot ignore people. You cannot gaslight people.
Right.
And unfortunately, in the service industry in Pakistan, whether it's fashion, whether it's food, very few people say, I'm sorry, I'll fix it.
Right. Right.
They
Absolutely.
say, you are imagining it.
Right.
They say, you said this, I said this. There's a lot of that. But my immediate go to is, apologies, you're not happy with this. Let's find a solution. I'm a solutions guy and I have no problem apologizing.
Beauty. Beauty. So who's your second in command for something like this?
My second in command in my studio is Komal, who has been with me for 10 plus years.
Right.
And other than that, currently the team is pretty new. Young Sami is only 2 years new. Then I have Zoha from Hunza, Afzal Saab from Chitral, Sami from KPK.
Oh,
you know,
fantastic. So these guys you've hired because of their sort of speciality in their region, their understanding
no,
of
not
things?
particularly.
Okay.
I hire people who I like.
Right.
I hire people who I think I can work with,
Right.
and then I train them.
Right.
Who I do not hire is anybody whose energy I don't like,
Right.
anybody who is rude, anybody who's going to be rude to clients,
Right.
anybody who is resisting training.
Right.
And
Right.
I usually hire people from a certain backdrop who really need the leg up.
Right.
I haven't really so far needed a graduate from one of the posher fashion schools.
Right, it's a very
And
important
everybody that I hire is from Steps or Hajveri or somewhere like that. They're
Right.
all people who need the work, and they're all people who want to do the work
Kind of hungry to do
and are
learn as
wanting to learn.
Yeah.
And I have no problems with teaching.
well. I mean that is such a great point because I mean you can always teach people a lot of things. But
You can
basic,
always teach people, but you can't teach them to be nice.
or integrity, or
Integrity,
sort of,
nice, respect,
being ethical.
being ethical.
Yes.
Like if I see those naturally in the person, then I will hire them.
Right.
Also, if I can naturally tell that they will fit into this open space office where everybody is literally on top of each other.
Right,
And you
absolutely.
don't want some chudel energy in the middle of
Yeah,
that.
I mean, open studio can
Open
it's very
studio.
serious.
So the first thing is that will this person fit in
hygiene,
to my values? Even hygiene can be fixed.
right? It can.
Hygiene can be fixed, but what cannot be fixed is dishonesty, a bad attitude, badtamizi. You
Right.
know, those are what I look at.
Right, fantastic. I mean, that's a great process to kind of hire, especially in a studio space, because
Yeah.
you're just
That's what it is.
in each other's
and of
face all the
course, you
time.
need a certain amount of skill as well. Like you can't be a complete dodo.
Bilkul.
But I've had dodos.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Right.
You can train.
Yeah, I mean, even recently, the people who we've been hiring in our studio have come from smaller cities, come from most obscure universities and colleges.
I myself have had a rural
Yeah.
upbringing, and I'm not really from Lahore.
Right.
I'm not like I'm urbane, but not necessarily urban.
Right.
So I enjoy people from different parts of Pakistan for sure.
So you work with a wide spectrum of clients and collaborators. What's sort of one experience which has kind of genuinely pushed you out of your comfort zone?
Uh, Pushed me out of my comfort zone. Well, actually, to be honest, being in the spotlight was something that I looked like I was very adept at when I was. But I was always out of my comfort zone when I
Yeah.
had to really do public speaking or
Right.
be on a red carpet and go to an awards show and stuff like that. So that aspect of things, even though I was quite the peacock
Right.
and can still be quite the peacock, was never really my
Your thing.
comfort zone. But in terms of design, I have in the recent years, in the last 3 years, because I'm in a different phase in my life where I have a lot of steadiness, a lot of clarity. Like I made some personal life choices that have had a very, steadying impact on my life. I now lean into anything that previously I used to say that this is not me.
Right.
I no longer believe
Right.
that there's any such thing as this is not me.
Good point.
Whether that is being an organized person, whether that is being a CEO, whether that is working in crystal all of a sudden, whether that's working in lace all of a sudden, whether that's working in a new style, a new medium, or a new skill. I think if you have a certain level of adaptability and resilience and brain power, everything is you.
Right. And have you kind of started enjoying more things which you probably wouldn't have kind of
Oh,
delved
yes.
into? Yes.
As soon as I started leaning into it,
Right.
and as soon as I started taking control of all aspects of my life and my business, and inadvertently became my CEO, my own strategist, my
Nice.
own everything, instead of saying, oh, that's not me. And I just said, okay, let's pool in our resources, whether that is advice from somebody else, whether that is advice from your therapist, whether that's practical knowledge and skill, you can learn anything.
So I mean, you look like you've been enjoying your company a lot recently.
I have.
And you kind of
I am indeed enjoying my work, and I've been
Yes.
very fortunate in my work that I've always enjoyed it.
Right.
But I think when you're younger, perhaps, and when you're living a certain kind of lifestyle, and when you're really sort of maybe having a life that has a lot of escapism in it,
Right.
and perhaps your inner regard is not matching your bravado, your motivations are different. But when you have genuine self-regard
Right.
for yourself, and you are no longer needing bravado, which is
Right.
quite different from showmanship.
It is.
Because you do need
is.
showmanship
True.
in this business.
It's true.
But it's not bravado, and
True.
it's genuine self-regard. Then your belief in yourself and your abilities is not pretend, it's real.
That's a great point. So moving on to something else, if you were to kind of design a collection for a movie universe, which film would you choose?
I mean, I would love to do something like if they made like a film version of the Far Pavilions again, and I can
Right.
like make these fantastic British Raj,
Right.
clothes. That would be a dream gig. But then also perhaps like a sophisticated 1930s kind of murder mystery in an
Nice.
English country house.
Interesting. Are you like a sci-fi person as well?
I
Are
am
you-
not
oh,
really a sci-fi person.
Fantasy,
I'm
sci-fi?
not
No.
like, other than the Lord of the Rings,
Right.
maybe, but I'm not sci-fi fantasy.
Right.
I think Marvel movies is
Really?
for little boys.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not that guy.
Right.
I am very much a culture
A
vulture.
gentleman.
I'm very much a culture vulture, and I need what is considered by some people as highfalutin. That I lean in.
Right.
I lean
I mean, that's
into
okay.
the highfalut.
Right. So speaking about generally about movies, do you think like the general wardrobe and the the clothes which people are wearing in the cinema now, has that improved in Pakistan over the years, over the decades? Have the
I
movies
wish I
coming-
knew more about it. There's
Yeah.
certain people who play the game really well.
Right.
And to be honest, they're few and far between. They're few and far between.
Yeah.
And I think our local showbiz industry, there's, people are trying.
Right.
People are really trying, but the ones who are really, again, contemporary and international and really, really, really slick
Right.
are few and far between.
True. And generally, what do you think like the government needs to do to support the industry? If I mean, it does I don't know what it does really.
I mean,
But,
do we really want to get into what the government needs to do?
But generally for people who kind of getting into the business or setting up even manufacturing units.
Well,
and
I
things like that.
mean, I really don't know. I'm not, but what we need to do as a society is get over the fact that money can only be made through being a doctor and a lawyer and a businessman.
True.
And we can.
I mean, do people still think that?
They still do. I think
okay.
I meet a lot of young people that are unhappy with their lives, parents who are pushing their children to do something which is safe,
Right.
not realizing that now we live in a time in the world where somebody has more chances of success if they truly, truly follow their passion.
Absolutely.
And mostly people that we look around us, it's a mixture of, opportunities that you may have been given, but it's a mixture of drive and opportunity. And drive comes from an internal passion
True.
about something.
Absolutely.
So forcing people to
And
become.
and when you think when people are kind of driven and really passionate, money automatically follows them in most of the things when they're
I
good
think
enough.
it does. I think it does. That is my experience.
Yeah.
I come from a feudal backdrop from my mother's side of the family.
Right.
And I'm sure that there were people who condescended towards me for a very long time because it's an effeminate business. It's like you are the grandson of Sardar Sahib and you're going to be a darzi. So
Right.
like all of that has happened. But the proof is in the pudding.
Right.
And if you make a success of things, then, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
So how do you do those people still have the same opinion?
I don't know. I don't ask
Right.
them. But they certainly don't hesitate from calling to ask for favors.
Right, there you go. So generally, if you weren't being a fashion designer, what other options would you have given yourself?
I mean, the fantasy job is to be an actor.
Really?
The fantasy job is like when you're really fantasizing it. I think I could have some sort of a thing in the theater, maybe some kind of a character actor.
I think you'd be amazing at theater.
And I was in high school and I never really pursued it. So maybe acting and also who doesn't want to be a rock star?
Of course.
And
you do sing a lot.
every now and then, badly, but who doesn't?
Yes.
But besides, if I was to do something like seriously, it would be something in the arts or the
And are you doing
culture.
anything to pursue this? Are you doing anything
At this point, no.
Right.
At this
Would
point,
you be open to some roles?
I'm a big believer in opportunities coming to you whenever they come to you. One thing leads to the other as long as you're receptive.
Right.
Things come to you at the right time. So, but I have a full creative life. I still very much design myself every day. I do custom made designs.
Love it.
Like when you come to the House of Kamiar Rokni, if there is not a single thing on the rack that you want to buy, and if you want somebody to make, if you want something entirely new, I will do it. So I have a lot of, creative fulfillment in that. That's another thing I lean into it.
Absolutely.
I don't roll my eyes at a custom job. I'm like,
Right.
let's do it. Let's do it.
And is there an age for a fashion designer? I mean, who's the oldest fashion designer?
I don't think there's an age for fashion designers. I mean, Mr. Valentino has retired, but he's, he's in your 80s.
Yeah.
Karl Lagerfeld died in his 80s.
And they were doing work.
They were doing work.
Right at the end.
Again, like engaging with technology, engaging with young people, trying to keep your ego and don't you know who I amness in check. Will lead to longevity.
Right.
And people who don't have too much nostalgia, have respect for the past, but can look to the future, tend to keep going for a very long time.
Brilliant. I think that's a good place to kind of be. And finally, where do you think the House of Kamiar Rokni is headed?
I think it'll keep going until I keep going. And then, as I said earlier, opportunities keep arising. Opportunities keep arising. There's so much that I haven't explored, many markets that I haven't explored, perhaps ready to wear, perhaps luxury unstitched. I mean, who knows?
Perhaps men. I mean,
perhaps men's wear.
I mean, we are waiting.
I mean, the plate
for a
is
collection.
really full at the moment with the business model that I have, which is very much about my personal supervision.
Great.
So scaling up for me is not really the ultimate goal because I'm not the like a hardcore capitalist whose aim it is to have multiple shops and to create more product to pollute the earth, but I'm good with this model. And so within this model, there's been organic growth. In all of these 25 years, I'm thankfully very much relevant still and still growing. So I think, I'll keep going. I intend to work till I drop.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kami. I think this is a great conversation. It's great to see where you are. You look very happy.
Thank you.
And you look like in a place where you want to be. And you seem to have designed where you want to be particularly. I wish you best of luck. And
Thanks.
thank you again for coming. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for having me. It's been good.